Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Nate Charles again, back with another thought of the day. It's August 19th, 2025. So, within the last couple of days, Charles International Law posted another research guide sort of laying out the duties of the Customs and Border Protection Agency, and also explaining the restraints on the Customs and Border Protection Agency. One of the things that we discussed in that article was the enforcement zone within 100 miles of any land or maritime border of the United States. Um, just a couple of minutes after we posted that, a friend of mine and a colleague posted an article about an interaction between Customs and Border Protection and a group of people who were pulled over on suspicion of an immigration violation in San Bernardino, California. It turned into a shootout, which made me curious whether San Bernardino is within the 100-mile enforcement radius. So I did some additional research on that and discovered, yes, San Bernardino is, unfortunately, for those people within the 100-mile enforcement radius, which gives Customs and Border Protection Agency some legal cover in terms of whether their stop was reasonable. But uh, it also sent me down a rabbit hole to figure out whether there's actually a map, a publicly accessible, authoritative map as to what terrain within the United States falls within that enforcement zone. The short answer is there's not any sort of map that is authoritative. CBP maintains range rings within all their ArcGIS software to use for operational planning, but of course those range rings are not publicly available. There are a lot of nonprofit organizations out there who have maps that show where those enforcement zones are, and some of them are pretty good, but they're not authoritative. If something is close to the line, it's not clear what sort of authority the courts would give those unofficial maps. I will include some links in the comments to some of those range rings so you can see, for yourself, where these nonprofits estimate the zones stop and start. But again, they're not authoritative for legal purposes, so just keep that in mind as you go forward. But I do think it's interesting, and I personally I love maps, so it's probably something going back to my Navy days. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I thought this stuff is pretty interesting, and you might too. So we'll share that with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow.